Now we're looking at something that I find interesting, very interesting, which is called the basis of power. The basis of social power, so we're described in a theory by French and Raven, and it gives 5 different kinds of powers, according to the authors. Legitimate power is the one that comes from the authority that you have thanks to your position, your rank. So this is the one that, usually has a title to it: Chief Audit Executive, CEO, CFO. And you are, by your rank, your title, allowed, in your job description, even required to, perform certain tasks and give certain tasks to others. And that authority, that power, comes from your legitimate power through your rank and authority. Coercive power is the power to force to comply through threat of punishment. Here we might rather think of, police have a coercive power over, the individuals that, may not be following, the laws and regulations. So they have a coercive power, a power of, really, let me call it brute force over certain people. Expert power comes from sharing or, and this is interesting, withholding knowledge and abilities. Now, most workplaces, make it absolutely punishable, or at least, very bad, that an employee would not be able to withhold their knowledge and abilities. Otherwise, they wouldn't stay in their position very long. But an expert who would say withhold their ability, would have a certain amount of power because, well, people might say, we really need your help. And then the person with so-called expert power would say, okay, but maybe against, a good bonus this year. I'll come back, I'll train the team, but, I'm not doing it on the same salary. You see, if already you can make demands, you have a certain amount of power, right? And expert power really comes from having a certain amount of knowledge that others, cannot easily replicate. Referent power. Now, it comes from respect, admiration, charisma. It's possible that, say, the founder of an organization which, with time, has grown to, be a very large organization, a very respected organization, will have referent power simply by the fact that, of his past achievements. I do remember an organization where there was a person who had created an entity that was bought out by, the larger group. That person retained a position which was important in the company, but being close to retirement may not have, I want to be moderate about this, but maybe not have easily otherwise justified their, salary, their position, but thanks to their referent power, kept that position. And reward power. This is the power to give resources and rewards. And think about this. If you would have a position where you are indeed determining, people's bonuses, but also say who gets to do the super travel to Mauritius, then it gives you a certain amount of power over the team. Maybe that can also be a motivating factor within the team. Those who perform the audits the best in the first half of the year get to do the audit of our Mauritian entity in the second half of the year.